Yo, 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 yo.
It's your boy Uche. I got my boy
Deezy.
We are the ill-advised wise guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Yo, 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 yo. We are the ill-advised wise guys. It's your boy Uche. I got my boy
Deezy for Sheezy. It's way too easy. AKA, I'm about to have a baby Z. Woo! It's coming.
Bars.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
I like that, man.
Baby's on the way.
On theme, on theme. I see what you did there.
I don't know if I ever told the ill-advised gang that I'm about to be a father. I think it's I have to say it now because now moving forward in a couple weeks, you're gonna hear a baby in the background,
brother.
While this show is going on.
This is not a secret, bro. Are you hiding a baby like Drake?
Like Drake.
I thought you posted on social media. Like this is known, right?
I wasn't hiding my baby from the world. I was hiding the world from my baby. Or what did he say?
Some slick ass way he spun that. That was fire. I was not gonna lie. Man, that was fire.
No,
we're not gonna act like
you
hey.
Just say you're paranoid. That's it. You're a paranoid father,
bro. He's an artist. Let him get his shit off, man. Anyway. This is episode 138. Shout out to the gang. We appreciate y'all for pulling up on us once again. If you're new here, stay a while. If you've been here, before, stay even longer. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. We on there as well.
We got a TikTok?
It's regurgitated clips. Like
what?
I ain't doing nothing crazy.
Okay,
we just posting the same shit on. Yeah, we do have a guest on this episode. His name is Jus10. Say what's up, bro.
What's going on, everybody? Jus10, man, PG County in the building. Hip hop in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here, though. Was looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to a great conversation. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Listen, I told Q, man, when I heard your freestyle on Amped, I was, to be corny, amped to talk to you, bro. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And before we get into any more discussion, I just want to let you guys know we do have a sponsor on this particular episode, a pre-roll, a song we're promoting. Check out Lessons in Love by Dre Ali.
Tell me, baby, that you be here to stay. Love, tell me more about it. Is it something that I don't know about it? Is it pressure that make you feel this way? Tell me, baby, that you be here to stay.
Love Jones poetry, that's love to me. Go to Queens to find your queen, that's love to me. Make up the breakup, that's love to me. Not having someone to love, shit, that's blasphemy. Trying to find my justice, hope that I get lucky. Swinging like Trey out of frustration when it's ugly. But it's gonna be okay cause I got a brandy to hug me. Trying to weed through the faking ones I found my money was love.
Love, tell me more about it. Is it something that I don't know about it? Is it pressure that make you feel this way? Tell me, baby, that you be here to stay. Love, tell me more about it.
Hope you guys enjoyed that snippet. If you are an artist looking for promotion or more exposure for your music, make sure you hit our email, illadvisedwiseguys@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the show.
That will be available on YouTube and really anywhere you guys enjoy music. Shout out to him for, allowing us to sponsor his song. Now, what are we talking about, Q? What we on to, bro? What we doing on this episode?
We got 3 juicy topics to talk about as usual. One of the major topics with the Super Bowl coming up, we wanted to kind of give a little hip hop twist on this. Who is more influential between Eminem and Jay-Z? Two of the heaviest hitters in hip hop. This is the Super Bowl of hip hop conversations. Who is more inspirational, Eminem or Jay-Z? Then we also got the topic.
What is the album of January? Right? There's a lot of albums that dropped in January. NBA YoungBoy, I Rest My Case. I believe Who else dropped? We got Lil Yachty just dropped a
Lil
new
Yachty
album
dropped.
called
Trippie Redd dropped.
What was Lil Yachty's album called?
Let's get started.
Let's Get Started. Very alternative sound for
Oh
him.
no, sorry. Let's start here. I
There
keep
you
getting
go.
mixed up.
Thank you.
Let's start here.
Don't get cussed out again.
I did get cussed
Didn't somebody
out.
cuss you out online?
They did.
'Cause
They
of
said,
that?
Yo, hey man, what you don't even know the name of the album. How you gonna rate
How
it?
you got a review? Like, you don't even know the name.
About,
Like-
something about let's start here. But anyway, last topic we're going to talk about is who would you say is a one of one?
Yes.
In the hip hop world, and there's a couple names that I can think of. I know you got a couple names. Hopefully, you too, Justin. You got a couple names of people you can think about that cannot be emulated.
Yes.
They are unimitatable.
I got one right here too, man. I've been waiting to say this on some type of platform, so I'm glad y'all.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad y'all got this topic, man.
See?
Uh-oh.
We got to end the noise today.
I like that. First, we got to get to know you a little bit more. Like you said before, you're from PG County, but what got you started into music, and can you kind of talk a little bit about like the music that you have out now, what you're really pushing at the moment?
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm from PG. Started creating when I was about 12, 13. Actually younger than that. My brother and one of my family friends was like into music heavy, and I did everything my brother do. Still to this day, still do everything he does. So just watching him create his own music, write his own music, and it was actually good. So it was just like I wanted to do that. Got to middle school, started like going through adolescence and going through things. It's like music was a way for me to like write those feelings out. And album I fell in love with, which unfortunately I don't have a vinyl yet, but I'm gonna get it. But 808s and Heartbreak by Kanye. It was just like so vulnerable to me. Yeah, it was so vulnerable, but I was so young, and like that inspired me to create and just write my feelings out. And then Wale was doing this thing with the mixtapes. Drake was just starting to get popping, but I was seeing these men, discuss their feelings and discuss their emotions in like a cool way. And then I saw the trend happening before it actually got started. So I started creating then. I've been creating ever since, but took a little break between like 13 and 16 for like sports and shit like that. Didn't really like, have a passion for it yet. But then I said, man, I'm like 5'10", bro. Sports ain't working out. Let me pick this microphone and pin back up.
Yeah.
So
5'10", bro, that's pretty
creating.
tall though. 5'10", pretty tall though. If I'm being real.
Quarterback. Quarterback. There's a couple quarterbacks.
Bro, you know how many you play football? You know how many football? You could be a
play-
successful football player
Yeah.
at 5'10".
Football
Depending on
and
the position.
basketball. The sports didn't work out, so I just picked up at 17. And I mean, got so much love in high school, bro. Like it was just crazy. And that's the confidence boost I needed. And this was ever since then, I've been dropping mixtapes every year since 2014. Like you see these projects back here, these are all projects I created. And then, of course, back here, the most recent one, Cancer Man. I feel like that's my best project. So just gonna keep pushing forward.
What impressed me about you the most, to be honest, man, like I said, I already talked about the whole amp freestyle. You killed that. But then I actually checked out your music, and what I found myself saying is like, man, this guy, like, he really is meticulous at like every level. You can see it in the artwork, Cancer Man. You can see it in the concept of the project. You can hear it in the engineering and the mixing. Like everything is just crisp and like it has like intention to it. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that.
that's just me as an outsider looking in. And then I also saw you dropped a documentary to kind of like almost walk people through the meaning behind it, which further kind of adds to what I'm getting at. It's like a lot of intention behind what you do. Like, does that sometimes get exhausting? I'm gonna be real with you. Like, that's always been my question for like artists. Like, when you put so much thought and effort into music, is that like exhausting?
Nah, that's the most fun part to me, man. Like outside of music, I'm an intentional person too. So like when it comes to music, it's just more fun because now I'm doing this for me. And like, I'm having fun right now. I'm working on like 2 to 3 projects right now. And I'm just like, every waking moment, I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna do this way, that way to really convey my message. So I don't get tired of it. You do take a break just to like live life a little bit and get inspired. But I love it, man. It's just like track listening and coming up with concepts or cover art. That's just like, I love that shit so much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, when it's you creating the art.
Yeah.
I feel like you get motivated to do all those things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you were doing it for somebody else, it
may
may
not
be
be as
exhausting,
passionate.
but you probably get excited. I get excited for stuff like that.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Me too. I asked that because,
No,
like,
that's a good question.
obviously, like, you know, there's positives behind that, you know, but like nobody talks about like how
The work.
I think work part, and it can get a little taxing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, the consumer just kind of just takes that for granted. My next question was going to be, how do you label yourself? Like, would you call yourself like a rapper, an artist, a musician?
Great question.
Or an MC? You know, some people say that.
I feel like a lot of people be scared to say they're a rapper or something, but you know what I mean? I love hip hop, so I'm a rapper at heart. I tell people I'm a rapper if they like ask into my music, but I'm also a songwriter too. Something I recently been doing was like writing for people, writing like R&B songs and shit like that. So songwriting is actually more fun to me than anything. So definitely like rapper, songwriter, and artist. Just because I have stepped outside of that rapper genre, I'm really like a big hip hop head. Like the art of hip hop though, not all this like TikTok shit you be seeing. You know what I mean? Like I love real stories, man, and I feel like real stories in hip hop comes with songwriting. So
it's always an interesting question. To me, there's no wrong answer. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. Like a lot of people, when the word rapper, you know, gets associated to somebody, people kind of look at it as like negative. Like not enough people embrace the fact that like being a rapper is actually probably, in my opinion, the most impressive label an artist can have these days, because there's a lot of rappers. I guess you said you stepped out of like making hip hop music. Like, what are some of the other like genres you've experimented with?
Definitely R&B. I had a little bit of R&B on the Cancer Man, but now I'm making more R&B. Like I'm actually focusing on making an R&B album where I'm just like not necessarily just singing, but like on some Bryson Tiller, you know what I mean, influence type thing. Gospel too. I dabbled in the gospel in 2021, but now I'm like making actual like gospel songs too. It's kind of all over the place, man. Like,
get out of here, bro.
Wow.
Wait, you talking? Hold on.
Wow.
You talking about Lecrae gospel?
Yeah,
or you
man.
Talking
like,
about, okay.
Yeah.
So it's still like hip. It's still kind of like,
like Christian rap.
Like, okay,
yeah.
Got it. Okay, because I was thinking, you know, Donnie McKirkland, you know.
Oh, nah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sure what you meant by it. Not that it was anything, not that it was a problem, but like I think that's dope to try different things. It's cool. We gotta make that cool. Next topic, you know, we want to talk about who won January. What album that dropped in the month of January actually was the best? And, you know, I was sitting here trying to pull up the full list. I know you got it on RGM. RGM, a.k.a. Ratings Game Music, did a poll to the masses and said, hey, what album was the best album to drop this year? I'm sorry, this month, I should say, in the month of January. And actually, the reason why I wanted to segue from that last conversation was because Lil Yachty is one artist who dropped an album last month. And I would say most people were not expecting that, including myself, like the just shift in sound that he was able to do. And so
psychedelic rock.
Yeah, psychedelic rock, you know, a lot of dream pop. There's a lot of different subgenres you can probably add to what he did.
So January, long story short, January, there was not a lot of major releases, but here's the ones that I noted. Lil Yachty, Let's Start Here, Ice Spice dropped like ... Trippie Redd dropped Mansion Music. NBA Youngboy dropped I Rest My Case. French Montana dropped Coke Boys 6. Those are the like super duper critically
quote unquote notable
albums.
When doesn't Youngboy drop? Like drop every month.
No, he drops every month. He drops every month. There was literally a song that he dropped yesterday with Shy Glizzy, and I was writing a review for it. And I was like, yeah, Shy Glizzy was on NBA Youngboy's last. Nah, it wasn't his last album. But it came out like 3 months ago. It's probably like this 3 albums ago. So in the poll, as expected, Lil Yachty actually has the most votes right now. 75% of the people picked Lil Yachty's album, and in second place is Trippie Redd.
Well, actually, I would kick it to the guest, to be honest with you. I would kick it to Justin. I don't know if you've heard all of these albums, and it's fair if you haven't, but I'm curious to know, like, and by the way, it don't even got to be one that's on this list. If you heard somebody else.
At all.
like that
So-
was fire, feel free to drop it. Drop the name. Who do you got? Album of the month in January.
So I did tap into Yachty. So out of that list, I would give it to Yachty just because he did step out of his comfort zone. You know what I mean? That's real scary to do as an artist. You can just lose a lot of people that way. So I just respect it in that sense. And then also, I mean, it ain't sound too bad either. Like, I think Yachty got a nice voice for what he was trying to do. Just knowing who Yachty was in 2016 and then seeing him do this, that was pretty cool. But I gotta plug Shower Thoughts by One Law, man. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but it was a real good project, man. I think y'all should check it out. It's just real cohesive. It's like the concept was just like what people think about in the shower, and really,
that's dope.
yeah. Like, I know for me, that's when I get a lot of thinking in, and it kind of resonated with me. Just the skits and everything, and just what he was talking about. So that's my favorite project. It was 23 so far, I guess. January.
Who you got, bro? Who you got?
So I feel like Lil Yachty's was the most impressive out of this list.
Yeah.
For everything that you said, and then on top of that, like the production on that album. I was telling Uche before we got started here. I said, yo, like, aside from Lil Yachty's voice, everything else about that album is perfect. Like, the production's perfect. The track listing, how he listed the tracks out, perfect. The complexity of each song, perfect. The artists that he added to the list. Like, Lil Yachty knows a lot of people. Like Drake and all these people. But he didn't add any, like, major name. I think the biggest name on that album is Fushi. Yeah, so that one to me was the most impressive.
Yeah.
One that was surprising was Ice Spice. I thought Ice Spice, as gimmicky, as TikTok-ish that EP is, there's nobody like Ice Spice. Like, I'm not gonna say she's one of one, like we're gonna talk about later, but like, I've not heard Ice Spice before. Like, a drill woman rapper that's kind of like, you know, goonish in a way, but then also like sexy and sex appeal and stuff, and what she's talking about. So when I heard Light, I was like, I don't think I've ever heard a project like this before. So that to me was one of the more surprising releases. But personally, my favorite release of January was French Montana, Coke Boy 6.
Okay.
Hey, man, I got tap into that. That's one of my favorite rappers, man.
Coke Boy 6. French
French? You
Montana
French?
is on. See,
You rock with French?
I'm so glad.
Yo, French is that
I'm
guy, though.
so glad.
People,
Yeah,
French is that dude. French is that dude. Yeah, I like that.
Yo, I'm so
French really is that dude. He's him.
I've been thinking I was on an island because I always thought French Montana was like not. First, I said he's not that bad as people are
He's not.
portraying, and then like as of late, he's turned it up even more. I don't know if people have paid attention to that.
Them Harry Fraud,
Turned it
like
up.
collab
Yeah.
tapes that he was
He's
like, I'm gonna
collabed-
prove that I can
he's
rap.
3 or so projects by French Montana I've been rocking with. But even his first project with Bad Boy, Excuse My French.
Oh man, phenomenal.
that
That's
was
a
good.
good album.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
dog.
album.
Like, that's a good album.
Yeah.
But anyway, Coke Boy 6 to me was the best album. It was like a mixtape feel, had DJ Drama on it. What he does really well is put people in positions to succeed. And I thought he did that throughout the album with some really good features. But then also, it just had a real authentic mixtape feel. It had bangers. It had lyrical bangers, club bangers, South bangers. I just thought that to me was like my favorite listen of all.
So it won for you.
For me, that
cool.
was my
personal
favorite
list. Personal
album.
list.
That was my favorite album of January.
Got you. Okay.
But
I like that.
Yachty's, I think, was critically acclaimed the best or whatever.
I do love the love French is getting. Because I'm starting to see people publicly say French is that dude. Like, I just heard
NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy
He says he's a top
say
5
his
rapper
top
of all
5
time.
favorite rappers, and French Montana
Man.
was on that list. I was like, wait, him? You think him? Not to say anything about French, but I wouldn't expect Youngboy to say that about him. So that was cool. Yeah. And he also
Like,
named Shy
if you
Glizzy
know,
too.
you know, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
I be getting clowned for saying like French is like one of my top 10 rappers. Like, people be clowning me for that. But that's my dog, man.
I
Top
rock
10
with
of all
French.
He up there. Those are my
He's
top
up there.
10.
He's
Oh,
on
you
the
got
wall.
you got the top 10 out there. Oh, we gotta talk
Wall.
about
Oh,
this.
we gonna get into
We
that.
gotta
a little
talk
bit.
about
But so for me, I think I did love the Coke Boy 6 album. That was really that was dope, man. That was surprising to me. I don't know why I was surprised to hear it that good. I guess my only thing with that album was it felt more of a compilation. Like I didn't really get French like I'm used to, like on a French project. So that's probably only my I don't want to say downside because I did like it.
When isn't his album compilation? Like he
but
always has features on it.
No, but that one was like it was like every song was like you know how back in the day on like let's say LimeWire you would download an album and it would say instead of having the artist name it would say various artists.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it felt.
Okay.
To me, but nonetheless, I like that joint. But for the month of January, to me, it's probably between NBA YoungBoy's album called "I Rest My Case" and Lil Yachty. And I'll say to start, I think that I'm really liking the fact that these dudes is really like switching up their style, man. Like just trying new stuff. Because even NBA YoungBoy, you know, he drops an album every month, like you were saying. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of that music that he be putting out in the past be very like monotonous, right? Like the sound, the production is not really a switch up.
Grim Reaper music.
Yeah, he's like real aggressive on this go around. He was kind of in that playful
Playboy Cardi.
Kind of that like
Playboy
Playboy Cardi type production. That was different to hear it throughout. I would say maybe probably half of that album. So that was refreshing to hear. But so I did like it, but nobody really, in my opinion, at least for me personally, can compete with Yachty this last month. I think what Yachty did on Let's Start Here was, you know, very surprising because I was here last episode or maybe the one before that, and I was talking about how I was kind of over that song Poland. And I didn't like how, like a lot of them dudes who was in that clout era, that 2016, 2017 class, I wasn't really feeling like. They kind of got watered out, the little pumps and shit like that. Yachty to me has always been a standout from that group. So I'm not trying to act like he was part of them. But to hear the dedication that Yachty put into the music for a full-blown product was beyond shocking. Not only because he had the audacity to do it, but because he executed at the level he did.
Yachty has always...
That was surprising to me.
Yachty has always been talented to me. Like, he has talent. I think he has an ear for music. So this was not surprising per se.
To hear it throughout a body of work, that's what I'm saying. Because that part is surprising.
Do you know why it didn't surprise me as much as probably the next person? Is because Yachty actually dropped a mixtape maybe a couple months ago, a year ago. It was a Detroit-based mixtape where he was just rapping over like Detroit beats. And I was like, yo, this actually sounds pretty good. Like, he experimented with that and was successful. So when I heard that he was going this route, which by the way, to me, as much as I love Yachty rapping, I actually prefer him singing. As crazy as that sounds.
Me too.
Because I think Yachty is actually, when he wants to rap, like he can actually rap. But
for the most part,
when he sings,
for the most part,
he can rap.
He can rap, but he's
like, remember his verse on Chance the Rapper?
He's a songwriter too, though.
He's a songwriter.
He's definitely a songwriter. He wrote for
He's a
City Girls
songwriter.
and all these other. He's also executive producer. He executive produced Her Laws with Drake and 21.
Yeah, exactly.
So like
exactly.
he definitely
has an ear for music.
sure.
And like I said, his rap verses, like the joint with Chance the Rapper, mixtape.
His
verse on
mixtape, he killed that.
Excellent.
He definitely killed that.
Like his verse on Broccoli, excellent. Like so, I like him rapping, but I actually prefer when he steps outside of his comfort zone and sings a little. Yeah. Even though I think his voice is god awful. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Listen, we got to get to that point. I was waiting for somebody to keep it real because I was getting there. It's like, you know, again, when I talk about execution, it ain't got nothing to do with his vocals because they were not hitting. However, to me, that proves like how music is so layered, right? Like you can, your vocals don't even got to be super appealing for the music to still be good, for you to digest the music. That's how. It's like
so different though. That's why it's connecting.
Correct. It's so different, and I think these days as an artist, to me, I give you more points, and your stuff is more listenable if you provide me with an experience. Like that Little Yachty album was an experience.
Absolutely.
You know. French Montana, Coke Boys. I enjoyed myself, but like Lil Yachty's was an experience. I don't even know why. I got chills listening to the song Drive Me Crazy,
Bro, I love that song.
with Lil Yachty.
Love it.
It gave me chills. Like I was like, yo, I don't even know why it's giving me chills. It's nothing crazy.
No,
but
I know
just-
why, bro. It's the music.
The music
it's the
made me feel
instrumentation,
something.
man. That's just the feeling.
It made
man.
me feel something.
That's
But-
what I'm saying, bro. When you catch that feeling, the vocals, bro, that plays a backseat.
It made me feel something.
The vocals to me is a backseat when the musicality is just on point.
Yeah.
It's like you just start copping all types of pleas.
Yeah,
like,
you
you know
feel
what? Man, this is cool.
If you a
I still
true
like it, though,
if you a true
you know?
music lover, you feel something. Like for instance,
Yeah.
I remember playing Kendrick Lamar To Pimp a Butterfly for somebody. Listen to the whole album from start to finish. After the album was done, they started crying. Literally crying. And it was like, damn, because how deep the album is. The album provides you with an experience.
Was that
Lil
person
Yachty's
the
album
artist?
is not that. No.
The person they weren't. Oh, okay,
Just
I'm about to
Black.
say because
Which hit?
I know a lot of
It's probably
artists. They
hits
be
even
like, if your
harder.
album don't make me cry, if your music don't make me cry, I don't really like it.
Wow.
Oh, that's
I'm
crazy. I
the
never
same
even
way
heard that
though.
before.
Like
That's
if your
tough.
music
For
does
real?
not bring a tear to my eye, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not good to me.
And I'm not
But
gonna,
hold on. Are you crying from tears of joy? Like, what is the tears from?
Y'all was hitting on it, but like sonically, like if your project
Yeah.
connects sonically, it does something. Literally does something to your soul. Like I forgot my brother explained it to me, but it's not like you sad, but it's like this brings you back to some certain
reflect.
something that resonate in your life, like just through the music.
I want people see. The reason I had to ask you is because I'm like, for me, I don't necessarily cry, like literally cry, but to be in my feelings, to where I'm feeling something, that is where I like to be when I listen to music.
and I'm
Yeah.
not
And I don't mean sad. I just mean I want it to make me feel something.
and I'm not gonna lie. That's funny
Happy,
that you,
sad, whatever.
That's-
Make me feel something.
that's funny you say that because that's what that was like. Lil Yachty, the Drive Me Crazy. I was like, yo, I'm about to tear up listening to this. I can see the level of just effort and just pain.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, and we can get off this in a second. This is another quick plug. Y'all go check out The Cancer Man by this guy right here, Justin. I can't guarantee that you will cry per se, but you gonna feel
Hey,
something.
that
You
was my
gonna feel
goal,
something.
You
I'm
gonna
dead
feel-
ass.
goal,
You
man.
gonna feel something because
You
I was
gonna feel-
listening to it last night,
You gonna feel
and I was
something.
sitting there like really listening, like wow,
You
like,
gonna feel
damn, this
something.
shit hit me.
You gonna feel something.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate it,
So-
bro.
Yes, sir. Next topic. Let's do it.
Next topic.
I can't wait for this one.
Who was more inspirational, Eminem or Jay-Z?
Can I set
And
this one up?
I said that I purposely titled it that way.
I noticed what you
so
did.
people can
You
be like, "What
triggered
the
me.
hell you mean inspirational?"
Yeah, nah, you triggered me, man. Like, who's the better rapper? That's how I feel.
What you want to say? Who's the better? Come on,
I'm kidding. I'm just,
it would have been close if we would have stopped this at 2003. I would have been like Eminem.
all right, you know what? That should actually be part of this when we get into it. But the point is this. Here's the topic, guys. You can feel how you want to feel either way. There's probably a legit argument to be made both ways if we really get down to the nitty gritty. Who's the more influential artist? That includes their rapping ability, the technical aspect of it all. That includes their impact, their influence culturally. You know, are people dressing like them, looking like them? However you want to include all of the different criteria to compare Jay-Z and Eminem, now the question becomes, who is the more, I guess, influential, impactful rapper? And it's a loaded question.
The easy answer, especially being black, the easy answer is going to be Jay-Z. What Jay-Z, if you think about it, Jay-Z was the ultimate underdog story, right? Like, I'm old enough to remember when Jay-Z first came out, like 96, when he first hit the scene. There was the Nas of the world, there was Biggie, there was Tupac, and so Jay-Z was kind of floating in the background, you know, and then Puff Daddy came out. Jay-Z was still floating in the background. DMX, Rough Riders, and all of them came out. Jay-Z was floating in the background. So I would say Jay-Z, even when 50 Cent came out, Jay-Z was kind of just second, right? So it wasn't until, ironically, when he retired, Black Album, was when I said Jay-Z unequivocally is the number one option in hip-hop. This is the number one artist all around when it comes to hip-hop music. Jay-Z actually has an underdog story that I think most black artists black rappers can relate to, which means influential, right? Eventually, actually, Jay-Z talked about like money, getting to the money, you know, wealth, and so many wise quotes that went over people's head. I think that's the reason why he is probably not the most influential hip hop artist. Ironically, is because Jay-Z's raps, if you actually listen to Jay-Z's raps, so much of it goes over your head that it's like, I can't quite relate to your story. I can relate to how you got here, but I can't quite relate to what you're talking about in your music. Even when Jay-Z first started, he was talking about drugs, right? He was talking about selling drugs, Reasonable Doubt. I think Eminem's story, when he came out, he was kind of that, not loser, but like he portrayed himself. Like the very first Eminem song I heard was My Name Is. And in that song, he's portraying himself as like a fatherless dude that, you know, he hates his mom and like, you know, just saying all kinds of wacky stuff, but he can rap his ass off.
Yeah.
And I think Eminem in his content had more relatable content that might have influenced people to be like, yo, I can be just like that guy. Now, I mean, I think Eminem's style of rapping in terms of the flows he used and the cadences and stuff is harder to emulate than Jay-Z's. But when you just talk about being that quirky, you know, oddball individual, Eminem embodied that. I always tell you this all the time. There's more quirky individuals in this world than there is those drug dealers, those you know, hustlers that Jay-Z were. There's more Eminem than there is Jay-Z. So I think when you talk about trying to become an artist, obviously you're gonna gravitate towards the person that you can see.
Yeah, you can relate to.
You can relate.
You know,
to
it's an
know
identity game. That's what I mean personally. I always.
So that's what.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean by influential.
Who's the more influential rapper?
I just said it. Eminem.
So Eminem. That's the answer. Final
influential
answer.
Rapper.
Got it.
Jay-Z, I think, is a more influential person.
Influential.
Ooh,
person.
you see how I twisted it there?
That's a curveball.
You see what I did
Listen,
that right there? You see what I did right there?
I'm gonna sidestep that one. Hey,
Jay-Z's more influential. As crazy as it sounds, Jay-Z is an amazing rapper.
Yeah.
But I think Jay-Z is a better businessman than he is a rapper. I've always thought that.
I think I'd agree with that.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, come on, man.
I've always
this
said
guy
that.
is excellent, man, at what he does. I mean,
You're a billionaire,
Justin,
man. I can't say much about it.
He's a
like you get to a billion. Come on now, like, bro, how many billionaires are on this planet?
But he said it himself, though. He was like, I ain't got a billion streams, but I got $1 billion. He said that on the track.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy,
flex.
man?
Crazy flex.
And it's like,
Yo,
when you sit there and hear that line, though, it's like,
God.
you got it.
Hey, Justin, what about you, man? Who would you say is the more influential rapper out of Jay-Z and Eminem? Who you got?
I'm gonna have to agree. Like, I think Eminem is the more influential rapper. Question was like, just who's more influential, Jay-Z. But as a rapper, though, definitely Eminem, man. I only say that because, I mean, all the artists, if you ask like all of my favorite rappers who influenced them, Eminem name gonna come up. I mean, I done heard it from Drake, I done heard it from Kendrick, I done heard it from Wayne, and these are like 3 heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think even
Big
Cole
Sean.
gonna say Eminem. Big Sean, we
Big
hear it
Sean,
the way they
man.
rap. When they start like spitting, it's like, oh yeah, Eminem touched their life somehow. You definitely hear it in Kendrick music. So it's just like, and to me, Kendrick is like
definitely hearing Kendrick.
on his way to being the GOAT. So, but when it comes to like a person though, man, Jay-Z, like you said, being a black man, we all look up to Jay-Z in some form of fashion. And it's like, when you talk to rappers about Jay-Z, are they really even talk about his music though? They talk about, man, this nigga got money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like
Yo,
Meek Mill,
facts.
Meek Mill saying
That's
that,
facts.
Drake saying that. They're like, man, Jay-Z, businessman. Like same way they talk about Puff. They not really talking about his music. They just talking about the shit he doing. But when it
That's
comes to
facts.
rapping though, man, Eminem is like, I'm not really the biggest Eminem fan, but my favorite rappers, they love Eminem. So I gotta give it to him.
you gotta give it up there.
Like, this out of respect, man.
out of pure, no, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Eminem.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
MF Doom said it best. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. That's Eminem.
There you go.
Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Honestly, man, what does I'm both of you guys kind of said very similar things. So like, what does that say about rap if Jay-Z is arguably a better businessman than he is a all-time great rapper, which a lot of people would consider him, right? Like, what does that say about like rap in terms of like what that actually means for the overall, you get what I'm saying, like impact of the world? Because if this man is like more impactful as in general, shouldn't that outweigh rap?
No, I mean, because you're using certain words, right? So like that's why I kind of laughed because you used the word influential, right? Just because you're influential doesn't mean you're the best. Like, I think Jay-Z, personally, Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time. He's the best rapper of all time, number one, Jay-Z. But that doesn't mean you're the most influential. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, if you ask NBA players, right? So many NBA players today were inspired or influenced by Kobe Bryant. But if you asked them, who do you think the best NBA player of all time was? Majority of them will say Michael Jordan, right? There's just something about Kobe's style that resonated with your average basketball player. You know what I'm saying? And I think Eminem's style resonated with like hip hop. Eminem's style is very easy to become like, ironically, a stan of.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy to just binge listen to Eminem's music and like get lost in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I listen, I feel you, and listen, words matter as always. You know, it's an interesting conversation, man, because, you know, if I stick to the rapping part, like who's more, you know, influential on the rapping tip, I gotta go M. I have to. At what point do we just have to give it up to M if he's over here inspiring the Drakes, the Coles, the Kendrick? Bro, I just literally saw the other day a flashback clip of Kendrick Lamar, I believe in 08, 07, 08, something like that, back when Charles Hamilton was popping. Remember Charles Hamilton?
Charles Hamilton.
You remember like the blog
I like
era?
Charles Hamilton, yeah.
Bro, it was a clip. Eminem, I'm sorry, Kendrick
Asher
Lamar.
Roth and all of them.
There you go. Kendrick was in a cypher.
Yeah.
Bro, if you listen to Kendrick at that time, he sounded just like Eminem.
Yeah.
It was like carbon copy.
Yeah.
Style, flow, even like some of the shit he was talking about. You know, like the whole aspect of like how he was living, like the whole interpersonal connections with your family. I'm talking about my mom, talking about my brother.
Yeah.
A lot of that was he's
very Eminem.
Eminem gave, I think, a lot of life to the game in that respect.
Eminem.
You know, that's
Eminem.
definitely a contribution from M. So listen, you guys are right on that tip. I agree with that. But listen, I got to give it to Hove because in my personal opinion, I don't want to diminish rap because I think rap is amazing. Rap is one of my favorite genres of music, period. But Jay-Z is a billionaire. Like to see some of the things that this guy has done in the real world manifest itself at such a grand level, I'm like, bro, we talking about music, but can we talk about life? It's like it's kind of like
life,
it just seems. Listen, music just seems so minuscule a lot of times to me personally. When we just start talking about like everything else that happens in the world, it's like, you know, he has his hands in a lot of different areas and inspiring a lot of dudes to excel for greatness beyond rap. So it's like, from that standpoint, how do you not attribute that to the rapping part as well? Because technically, if you think about it, that's kind of what Drake is doing now. Drake gives a lot of inspirational, high-level bars that Jay was doing back in his heyday when he was on fire, right? He says a lot of things that the average person can't relate to. A lot of things that you really have no idea. Like, bro, listen to the last album, the song that had Birdman at the end. Remember how he was rapping?
Yeah.
That whole song is just Drake talking about high-level stuff that is possibly inspirational to a lot of people to want to get to that level. So it's like, I got to give Jay a lot of credit from that standpoint. But if we're just talking about rap, I'm going Eminem. I feel like that's going to be a controversial take. We're all kind of saying that, but I don't think a lot of people, from what I've been listening to and hearing, they don't really be giving M that type of credit, bro, on the rapping tip.
Listen,
they don't.
For me as an artist too, like it boils down to, let's just use Kanye because he's so controversial, right? His music is so inspiring to me, bro. Like, I feel like Kanye is one of the greatest artists to ever live. But his lifestyle, I can't get with that. You know what I mean? Like, so for him, it's like his music is going to inspire people, but not his lifestyle. But I feel like musically, M, of course, But like lifestyle for a lot of people is Jay-Z.
Yes.
I don't know anybody that don't want
Facts.
to touch $1 billion. I don't know a black man that don't want to make it out the
Exactly.
hood. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Exactly.
So it's like it's just
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just crazy.
You right on
Like
the money.
that's
You
it's such a
right
good
on the money
question,
of
bro.
that. You right on the money.
But can we talk about the people? Can we talk about the non-black people that Jay-Z's inspiring? Nobody talk about that.
Nah.
You don't think Jay-Z inspiring white kids who rap? No,
I mean,
I'm talking about to get to that high level
Maybe.
business. Like it ain't just black people, bro. I think he transcends race,
then
bro.
if
He's a
that's
billionaire.
If that's the case, then are you inspired by Taylor Swift?
But see,
Maybe.
Okay, hold on. Yes,
Maybe.
yes.
I was just saying maybe.
No. So if I'm an artist, yes. You
Okay.
know why?
All right.
I'll explain why.
Okay.
Because what Taylor Swift has done from a music business standpoint is more than a lot of signed artists can say for themselves. Bro, she's like a cheat code.
No, I agree.
Bro,
No,
she
I agree.
literally
I
is
agree.
re-recording her songs, right? Like getting loopholes in the music
I was
business.
trolling, yeah.
But I know it sounds ridiculous, but
No, I
like
was
you,
trolling.
my point is, you can get inspiration.
You can get inspiration
from people that don't look like you. Is
Listen,
what I'm getting
it's
at.
not a bad answer, but
Yeah.
I just think that I don't want to say Jay-Z doesn't love music. I know Jay-Z loves music.
Yeah.
But there's Eminem's love for music just
For
kind of
rap.
spill for rap,
Bro, it's-
particularly.
It almost seems like an obsession.
It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like you just even look at 8 Mile. Like he made 8 Mile about, this come up, white kid, and about to do freestyles and stuff. You can see there's an obvious like love there.
if it was more influential to me though, it definitely is Jay-Z though. Like music wise too, because I don't really like listen to Eminem like that. I'm not really the biggest Eminem fan. So
Yeah, me
neither, man.
Me
Like
neither.
that's the
Me neither.
yo. But how crazy is that though? That
But
we
for
can
your
all
typical
agree with
artist,
that,
though.
but we can all say that, but still give it up to him and say, nah, he was. That's kind of dope, actually.
it's like Jordan though. Like I ain't grow up watching Jordan, but out of respect, now my dad talk about Jordan so much. My brother talk about Jordan. I see TV still talking about Jordan, or even back to Michael Jackson. I wasn't really here to experience that, but if I'm looking, the people I look up to talking about him, shit, you got to be great. So you know what I mean? So Eminem got to be great.
Exactly.
Like because if Kendrick talk about him, you great. You know what I mean?
You great. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I remember people actually feared Jordan. And I think there was a point in time where Eminem was feared. Like,
Bro,
Eminem was
people don't.
Eminem's run was actually crazy.
Yo,
man.
I used to find it so crazy that nobody ever wanted to even remotely diss M. It was like you're going against God.
Yeah, it was.
That's
like
what
you
it
going
felt like,
against
right?
God.
That was like
Yeah,
how
seriously.
people would say,
Seriously,
"Yo, nah,
seriously.
I'm not fucking with M. Nah, he going." And so he got to the point where he called himself a rap guy, and it became like legit. That means a lot, yo. Like when people won't
No, you
even
gotta give it
dare,
up.
bro. Nas was going at Jay. A bunch of people went at Jay.
I don't
I
think
feel like Kendrick
I
in
don't-
that same level now though. Nobody want to go at Kendrick now.
Kendrick is on.
Like,
Nobody wants to go at
Yeah,
Kendrick.
yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to go
This
at
nigga-
Kendrick. And I think
This nigga had
yeah.
Big Sean calling him, bro. Like we not beefing. Leave me
Hey,
alone.
Hey, don't do my boy
did,
like
he
that.
did,
He just
he
had a
did.
kid.
He did.
He's over that life, all
Nah,
right?
forget that.
That was
That's
a
over.
low point for Sean.
That was a low.
Yo, that was a low point
Yeah,
for
but
Sean, bro.
it was-
Oh my god.
The funny thing is, he got dissed on his own song, right? They were on Control. Yeah, it's funny. Eminem was that guy. Where it was like, yo, like this is a god level MC.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so
That's so it's a great debate though, man.
loved
I
it.
really
I
like
loved
that
it.
discussion, man.
I loved
I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please put you guys comments on social media. When we put this up on YouTube, make sure to engage
I
with
think
us.
it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man.
Last topic. Who would you say is one of one? So, like, who are some artists that you think are like aliens out here? Like, nobody can imitate them. Even when they try, they fell. Uncopyable.
Yeah, you know that saying, man. Easily imitated, never duplicated. Whatever saying you want to add. You know what I'm saying?
Who can?
There's a bunch of sayings.
Who
people
has
say.
not been copy and pasted yet?
I was listening to a lot of music this week, man. Just a lot of music. Wayne just dropped his the dates for his tour. So I'm listening to Wayne, right? I'm listening to Peak Wayne. This is actually on the heels of our last episode where we actually talked about our favorite Wayne projects. So I'm going back. I go from Wayne, then I go back even further, and I'm listening to Kanye, and then I'm listening to some of the people back in the day, and I land on a couple names. One of them is Tupac.
Ooh,
And
that's a great.
it's like you know, you really think about it. Obviously,
That's a
Tupac
great
has
one.
been. Tupac is infamous at this point. Infamous for many reasons,
Yeah,
right?
that's actually better than anything I can say.
That is a great one.
So it's
actually, let me not give you some.
Hold on.
Lil Zane was very close.
Yeah, knock it off.
Lil Zane.
Knock it off. But the point is this. The point is this. Like, you really think about it and you say, man, like, you can have an artist like a Tupac who, I guess during his time, you know, sold hella records, right? We talking multi-platinum in every aspect, you know, ended up getting tragically murdered. Ever since then, you've seen nothing but artist after artist, year after year, swear that they are the new Pac, that they are the new Tupac because of they believed in his message and all this other stuff. But when you really get into like the music of it all and what the person personified, I really don't feel like there is another artist that I can think of. There's others I have on this list, by the way. But Tupac to me stands out. Like, I really feel like a lot of people have tried to duplicate him. They've tried to be him. They tried to sound like him on songs. They tried to beef with people like him. They tried to be revolutionary like him. Bro, nobody has really been able to successfully do that. Like Pac.
Yeah, that's a great one.
If we being real.
That's a really good one.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's kind of one of one in that respect. And I'm not saying that everybody who's a legend is one of one, because there's a lot of one of one. There's a lot of legends who are not one of ones. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
Like,
where I'm gonna go.
and I got some people on that list
acting
too.
like
But
him either.
huh?
Rappers weren't.
Yeah, they weren't acting like him either. He in some influential movies.
Yeah.
See?
That's true.
There
true.
you go, man. There's a lot of that. He kind of spearheaded that too.
Tupac is a polarizing figure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just talking about like hip hop, not just black community. I'm talking about in the world. Tupac is an inspirational or a polarizing figure.
Bro, he's one of one.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody. There might never be another. Let's be very clear.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
I remember going to Nigeria. Tupac everywhere.
Yeah.
They love Tupac.
Yeah, I got some other.
applause.
You want me to go
that
back
one,
and forth? Yeah, that was a good one.
Yo,
That was
God.
a really good one.
Thank you,
I
man.
ain't gonna
I
lie.
appreciate that, man.
I think Kevin Gates. Like,
I like that.
Kevin
like that.
Gates. Yeah, there's some people that they take elements of Kevin Gates, but like, really, I've not heard a rapper rap like Kevin Gates before. Like, that level of emotion. Like, people make emotional records. Like, Rod Wave makes emotional records all the time, but there is something I hear in Kevin Gates' voice that's drama, super dramatic, super emotional, super animated, super passionate. Every word that comes out of his mouth, like, just feels like it was a scarring moment in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, his voice just, it feels, you know, like certain voices.
That's a good one, actually.
There's certain iconic voices that we all know. Like, for instance, James Avery, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, Uncle Phil. His voice, when you really think about it, there's no person in this planet that sounds like Uncle Phil.
Right.
And then there's James Earl Jones, where James Earl Jones has a voice where it's very distinctive. Morgan Freeman.
Yep. Oh, Morgan got to be number one.
As crazy
Morgan
as Morgan Freeman,
Morgan number one, dog.
nobody has that voice.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Gates, for hip hop, for the hip hop world, falls in line with nobody has that voice in hip hop. So I think that by default makes him one of one.
Listen, I'm
That's an interesting one. That's really interesting.
No, that's a curveball, but it's still on par because he's in a lot of antics on social media, right? Whether it's the interview stuff he gets caught saying in interviews, but it's like, yo, when you really get down to the music, very inspirational rapper.
Just different.
He has a lane that a lot of people have tried. Like,
but I
you
think
mentioned
it's
Rod
his
Wave.
voice.
I would say NBA YoungBoy as well. There's a lot of dudes who
I think
tried
it's his
to do what he
voice
did.
that makes him unimitatable.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one. Who you got, Just?
See, I've been waiting on this, man. Cause look, I be getting ticked off, right? All right, I'm not gonna name no names besides who I'm saying. I'm saying Lil Wayne, and I'm saying that because I'll say between like 2019 and like maybe 2018 to like 2021, he was getting so much disrespect as far as like people just saying, "Oh, this person's on the
The
run.
next Wayne.
They the new Wayne." Like, bro, y'all don't understand. Like, not only is this person not the next Wayne, they're not sitting there making songs. They're not sitting. They not
throwing shots at.
bro. They're not sitting here saying, you know what I'm saying, stuff that make me go back and like, damn, he said that 2 years later. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was just so, like Wayne's run is just, it's still not really touched yet. You know what I mean? Like just rapping the way he was rapping. And even back to like people just trying to sound like him. People try all the time and then they just like, yeah, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like Wayne is another one of them Eminems, even though Eminem inspired Wayne, but it's just like, Wayne is one of them dudes, bro. Everybody gonna tell you like, yeah, Wayne was crazy. Kendrick said it. You know what I mean? Like even now, people kind of like disrespect him in the sense of y'all don't really know what he did because y'all coming up, so y'all don't really see young Wayne to like 40-year-old Wayne now. So it's just like, yeah, I don't think nobody can ever sound like Wayne, rap like Wayne, going to run like Wayne did. And even now, like selling out tickets for a tour at 40, people still want to hear him rap. That says a lot. So,
bro, I'm going on that tour.
No, Lil Wayne's run is the greatest in hip hop history, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I
so
remember
fact.
that
That's
run.
a fact.
I remember that run. Around that time,
Yeah.
we were listening to anything Wayne dropped. Like, oh, Wayne got a verse. I used to literally, it'd be random artists. Andy Milonakis. It says featuring Lil Wayne. Oh, I'm waiting for this Wayne verse. I gotta wait for this Wayne verse.
Bro, Wayne.
Like Lil Wayne at that point, anything he dropped, people was just on it.
I remember vividly times during that Wayne run where even his feature, like not everyone hit. Not all the features was hitting, right? Like he did have some misses in between, but it didn't matter because we were in the midst of a Wayne run.
Pop bottles was one of the worst verses I ever heard in my life. Start with straight shots and then pop bottles. Pour it on a model.
Shut up, bitch, swallow. You
Bitch, you can't swallow. Shut up, it goggle.
Straight out my water like my heart, Jacob goggles. Hey, that shit was fire though at the time. It was dumb. Yo, it wasn't a strong
horrible
Wayne
verse,
verse, right?
but
But
it
it
was
was like he was so
polarizing.
on fire.
Yeah,
It didn't matter
didn't
what he
matter.
said. The shit was just going. It was going.
And
But Wayne could-
that's what people don't understand though. Like they don't understand that type of run. It's like you could literally do anything. I feel like Wayne could do anything.
I led this all by saying I was listening to Wayne, right? Another album I listened to was Rebirth. I was going back in his catalog. I'm like, bro, this guy Wayne was doing rock and roll. This dude was doing everything
that's when
at
he
that
started
point.
falling off.
No, I mean he was falling off. But
People forgot.
remember,
People forgot.
no,
did.
no, but what I'm saying is, remember, I feel like Lollipop was like the pinnacle of Wayne.
Lollipop.
Like when Lollipop
I
happened,
like
everything that
her.
followed was like downhill.
And the crazy
it was
thing-
a slow slope
You know-
downhill.
But you know
in
the
a
funny
way.
thing, because Lollipop was Carter 3, which was, I thought Carter 3 is pinnacle, right?
Yeah.
That I don't even listen to that. I forgot that was on Carter 3 because I listened to all the other songs on Carter 3 so much. I forgot Lollipop was on there. But I did want to bring up another person because I know we run out of time here.
Go ahead.
Wiz Khalifa. I think Wiz Khalifa, yeah. Wiz Khalifa is another person. He got a really unique voice, but his style, like,
Very unique style.
very unique. I don't think people have been able to imitate his style.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, I
Wiz
got
Khalifa's
some, I got some other names real quick. Like to me, I feel like Andre 3000. You know, I can go back into the vault
Andre
if you want.
3000.
But if you want me to bring up some like more new school, sorry, before I go new school, like for me, like DMX, like who was really,
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about? Ja Rule. Ja Rule.
and he had this, he sounded like
Ja
him
Rule.
vocally, but I'm talking about like musically, it wasn't really like that. To be honest with you,
We
But-
said
but
one
here's the
earlier though,
thing.
man.
what's up?
French. Nobody sound like French.
Oh, French. That's a good one.
Nobody.
That is a really good
Ooh.
one. Nobody sounds like French
Yeah.
Montana. That's a good one.
I don't
That
think
is a
nobody can
really
ever
good
sound
one.
like him either.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
Let me ask you, do you think people like try? Do you think like artists, the artists that know, like you said, if you know, you know, like, do you think they've ever attempted to try to sound like him?
I don't think they tried, but I think he gave them that confidence. You know what I mean? They saying, "Oh, French sound like this," like kind of like Yachty. Like, well, shit, French out here, so look, I could do my thing. I think he showed people that you can actually have your voice and just succeed. But I don't think nobody like,
that's
I
a
want
good
to sound
point.
like French.
French is that dude, man. Yo,
He is, man.
Don't let
I used to call French the rapper version of DJ Khaled.
Don't
Like,
let the kids fool you, like, because these kids, you know, they don't. I don't know if they appreciate French like that.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
I-
They don't know what French does,
And the
bro.
real music fan, I mean, remember they had that stupid debate about Kendrick Lamar and French. Oh, French actually started it. He said, "I have more hits. I have more hits than Kendrick Lamar."
yeah,
So
yeah.
in
Oh,
the
that was on
process,
Twitter or
they
something?
were just Yeah, it was on
I do
Twitter or
remember. That was a
something.
couple years ago.
And within that combo, which I thought was a dumb comment, not because it's not true, but because I just felt like, why you say that? Like, you just kind of trying to get a response from people. But in the midst of all that, they were disrespecting French.
Yeah,
and I was like, dog, like,
Major
I don't know if y'all
disrespect.
should go that far in terms of him not being that artist. But anyway.
We want to hear from you guys. You know, who are some artists that are one of ones? Who are some artists that are just, you know, they stand alone, you know, stylistically, musically, however you want to look at it. Drop some of those in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. We've reached the end of the episode. Shout out to you, Justin, for pulling up, man. Where can the people check out your music and follow you on socials and whatnot?
So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all again for having me on. You can find the music pretty much everywhere. Apple, Spotify, anywhere. Ton of videos out on YouTube. Documentary, like you said, I'm glad you plugged that, man. Worked hard on that on YouTube as well. And then follow me on socials. Uncle Jus10, that's Uncle JUS10. That's Instagram, Twitter. Like y'all said, I got TikTok. I ain't active on there, man. That's just too much work. But
It really is.
but yeah, man, follow me on there. Got some stuff coming, stuff I'm working on the rest of this year.
You got a single dropping soon, project dropping soon. You want to debut a freestyle here live? It's up to you, man. However you want to do.
Man,
Whatever you want to do, my brother. Whatever you want to do.
Look, I wish I can have y'all here's some new shit I've been working on, man. But I do, since y'all, you know what I mean, I'll be the first to tell y'all this, but I'm working on so 2 projects at once. Well, 3 if you add the R&B joint, but I'm working on 2 projects I know I'm going to release. It's I got a series that's like a Here Goes series, Here Goes Nothing, Here Goes Something. So this next one I'm working on is Here Goes Anything. That's gonna be dropping first before my actual last project as an independent artist. I don't got a title for that last one yet, but it's more personable and stuff like that. So I'm just working simultaneously, just trying to knock it all out.
Yeah, I gotta hear some of
Gotta
this,
tap in.
man. Listen,
Got
man,
to.
if you want us to pull up to the studio session, man, hear some live music, man. Listen, this has been amazing. Y'all go check out his music. Y'all go check out the Cancer Man. Check out everything he has going on. This has been another episode of the Ill-Advised Wise Guys podcast. And as always, if you're giving advice, just make sure it's ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow!
Peace.